Well, yesterday, the NAACP released its highly anticipated report on Tea Party racism. Now, you and I both know that since the NAACP is a nonpartisan organization, the fact that this is just happening now, released 13 days before an election, pure coincidence. Now, would it shock you to hear that the NAACP found in their intensive investigation that there is racism, bigotry, nativism, and even white supremacy within the Tea Party? Me too. Who saw that one coming? Washington Post, another fine organization, says that the report was put together for the NAACP by the Institute for Research and Education on Human Rights. Wow, that sounds official. But I didn't see, exactly who IREHR is. I don't. Politico reported that the NAACP commissioned Leonard Zeskind on the left here, and Devin Burghardt or whatever, he's on the right. They wanted to study it. They're the ones who did it. I had to go to Politico to get that. But Politico doesn't report who these guys are. Journalism is dead in our country. You can go to Soros and get all the spooky information now from the Huffington Post. Well, not exactly Soros. He had to launder the money through the Tides Foundation. You can do that, or you can go to The Blaze, where truth burns like a fire. TheBlaze.com. One of the journalists there, Meredith Jessup, looked into this story. From TheBlaze.com, here it is. IREHR is a group with long-held dreams for social and economic justice. Oh, I'm fascinated so far. Who condemn the so-called Christian right, paleoconservatism, and other far-right movements for their symbiotic relationships with nativism and white nationalism. I was just saying that at church the other day. I, for one, am really relieved and quite happy to see that the NAACP turned to such an objective source for this report. Now, who are Zeskind and Burghardt? Two authors of the NAACP commission that wrote the report. Who are they? Well, New York Times reports that Zeskind, a lifetime member of the NAACP, has written extensively on white nationalism. That's a serious understatement. Zeskind's career has revolved around an obsession of the abyss of mayhem and murder. Yeah, that's what America faces at the hands of white nationalists. That's what I was thinking, too, about us. He reportedly got his start working with the Sojourner Truth Organization, or STO, where his primary role was motivating the working class to make a revolution. Oh! By the way, STO's role model, Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin, of course, whose iron discipline, quoting, the STO idolized. Of course, by 1989, Zeskind claimed that Stalinist ideology, that's not a defining feature of my politics anymore. No! That was youthful indiscretion. Maybe he suddenly converted to a raging capitalist like all the communist, Maoist, Marxist, socialist, and anti-communist involved now with the radical left. Anyway, his co-author, Burghardt, expanded his work to study white nationalism to include condemning anti-illegal immigration groups like the Minutemen on the country's southern border, claiming the group was not patrolling the border to enforce American immigration laws. No, they just wanted all non-whites not coming in. This again from TheBlaze.com. According to Burghardt, the Minutemen represented Klan-style border patrol while working for the Center for a New Community. Burghardt participated in programs for the Center for Democratic Values, the think tank arm for the Democratic Socialists of America, or DSA. Isn't it amazing that the NAACP would have the gall to cast aspersions on the people the Tea Party associate with when then they themselves are associating with communists and socialists to attack Americans? The vast majority are good, decent, patriotic Americans who couldn't care less that Barack Obama is African American. Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? I care about his core. I care about the core of the country. I care about America's future. Don't you? Isn't that? I mean, if you're going to dislike somebody, shouldn't you dislike them for a reason? I mean, being a racist is just stupid. I mean, there's lots of reasons to dislike people. Color ain't one of them. It's just another indication of the sad, pathetic desperation of the left. But wait, there's more. Next.
News breaks at a blistering speed.
Georgian forces have begun to fire.
Exactly where the fighting took place.
They're firing tear gas.
And as a story moves forward, we're right there, pushing the limits, staying in front, and running down every detail.
Breaking news now.
The threat analysis is still developing.
The growing national scandal.
We don't stand around. We don't lean against a wall. We break the wall down. We move forward.
You know what Glenn Beck's biggest complaint is about the story of stuff? He said that the story of stuff promotes social justice. And you know what I say? Damn right, Mr. Beck. Damn right. And I'm going to keep promoting social justice with all of you because that is the best way to honor and protect and defend this country.
There you go. See, all we have to have is an open debate. It absolutely is promoting social justice. That's great. Now, question is, do you know what that means? That's the lady, who's behind the story of stuff, which is now shown in over 4,000 schools and still on the curriculum for many kids across the country. Well, now, oh, by the way, it comes from the Tides Foundation. And they're doing it in churches now, too, which is another thing. But now she's also going to PBS with something called Little Scoops for Kids. Oh, this is so great. Little Scoops. What is it called?
Loop Scoops.
Whatever. This is going to make your eyes bleed. Hey, wait a minute. Don't your tax dollars go to PBS? That's right, they do. PBS Kids and WGBH have teamed up with Annie Leonard to create 8 short cartoons geared to 6- and 9-year-olds. GBH, by the way, is the flagship station of PBS in Boston. Wait a minute, PBS, they're partners with NPR, right? The ones who just took $1.8 million from George Soros and then fired Juan Williams because he's on this network? It's such a small world. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Anyway, it's good she understands justice. Let's see what our kids are in for when they watch PBS. Watch.
And now let's meet another young video game tester.
Stage 1. Construct your weapon.
Woohoo!
How indestructible would you like it to be?
Hugely. That's a juice box. How is this a weapon?
4 billion juice boxes are thrown out every year. So in 300 years, that makes...
1.2 trillion? This isn't a weapon for us. It's a weapon for the droids. They could bury us in juice boxes. Instead of this, make me a handheld thingy that you can pour juice into and wash and use again and again.
Brad has passed his test.
No, Brad, here's how it can be a weapon. It's great. Those evil juice boxes. Good job on that test. And I hope your kids don't fail. And if your kids are lucky, they can start telling you how stupid you are for buying juice boxes. ADD moment. As a dad who's had to put together the 17-part sippy cups, I love juice boxes. Juice boxes, I love you. I don't have to wash you. I don't need a master's degree, in engineering to figure out how to put those damn sippy cups together. This is miraculous. That is crap. And that's your tax dollars at work. You want to spend your own damn money producing that cartoon crap? Go ahead. In the meantime, don't you move. I got you covered. There's more. Oh, yes. The icing. The dangerous icing on the cake. Coming up next. Don't forget, 8 o'clock with Bill O'Reilly tonight, Juan Williams. Now, I just showed you one of the newest indoctrination videos produced by Story of Stuff creator Annie Leonard. Videos produced with your tax dollars and produced by Tides Foundation, if I'm not mistaken. Here's another one of them.
Hello, and welcome to the loop testing facility. Please, no outside game devices.
Hey, I'm gonna get that back, right?
Yes, as soon as you tell us a few things. For example, have you ever thought about all the parts in your DS and where they came from? Which of these metals is present in your game device?
Mercury is poisonous, but it'll go into a dump somewhere and poison the Earth.
Oh, come on. How many of these things end up in dumps? What, a couple hundred?
Millions.
Jeez. Well, maybe I won't buy a new one then. I'll just keep this one.
He is passed with flying colors.
Oh, jeez. Video games are now poisonous. They have no problem with the first-person shooter games where they're shooting cops. No, no, no. It's that they hurt the trees. Forget about protecting little Johnny's brains. Protect Mother Earth. That's much more important. This is a full frontal assault, America. Social justice, eco-justice, you name it. You watch for it in your schools. You now have to watch for it from the same people in your churches. And now, PBS. PBS is doing it on TV. This is exactly why the last few weeks I've called on grandparents to please, I know you have earned your retirement. Please come out of retirement. Please. Forget the golden years, whatever you were planning on doing. There's so much more important things. We need your help. We need you to pass on to the, please, teach our children. Mom and dad most likely are just working 400 jobs just to keep their heads above water. Pull the kids out of school and homeschool them. I loved my grandfather. I loved him. I spent my summers with him. Please spend the summers, spend all year with your grandkids and homeschool them. Oh, by the way, not just Soros's tides and your tax dollars at PBS are funding these cartoons. Nope. Nope, you're going to love this. Also produced with dollars from the EPA. Yeah, the Environmental Protection Agency helps fund the indoctrination of your children. Your tax dollars at work. Special thanks to Lee Doran of the Competitive Enterprise Institute for being the watchdog on this story. Final thoughts next.
This Friday, real stories of the American dream. This is a show that will once again make you believe that hard work and integrity are our most valuable assets. The power of the individual. This Friday at 5 p.m.
It is a great, great show tomorrow you do not want to miss. You're going to feel good, hope, and a plan to restart the engine of this country. That's tomorrow night. Uh-oh. Sorry, Tides Foundation. Does that make you sad? See you with O'Reilly tonight at 8 from New York. Good night, America.